All right, it's update time again here from Kaje land, and I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about teacher training, which at this point is one of the favorite activities that we got going here in the village with the church. And I have a lesson here that I wrote, and this is a lesson about the importance of singing and prayer and how those things relate to the Spirit working in us. And I can hand this to a handful of people here and who have been through teacher training, and they can study this and understand what it's saying and get up and communicate it to a group. And it's quite impressive because there's a lot of information to navigate through here. Now, I say a lot of information to navigate through, thinking of our Kaje friends who have not interacted with written literature all that much, not nearly as much as you and I have. So here's where teacher training comes in. We have teacher training split into 2 blocks or 2 sections, 2 classes. And the first block is what I'm going to share with you guys about today. And it's a course that goes twice a week for 12 weeks. And the goal of this first block is that the students would be able to easily read 1 point from a lesson right here, understand what it is saying, and then be able to communicate that point. So it's also this class, this block 1, teacher training 1 we call it, is a practicum class. So there's a lot of time devoted to the students receiving lessons like this and practice studying them and then getting up and communicating them to the class. And so because it's a practicum class and it takes up some time, we just have limited it to 5 students every time we run through. So right now we're in the second teacher training class that we have had here in the village. So part of the strategy that we have implemented for the students is to provide a large amount of written material that they can read and interact with. For instance, we have one activity that we do. We hand out a printed page with instructions on it, and the students then have to read and follow those instructions. Another example is like a find and circle, like give them right here, like find point 1.2. Find the summary of that point, and they would then circle this bolded material up here. Again, remember that that might seem like very simple, stupid, but for them it's sometimes quite challenging. So activities like that really help them to be able to get used to interacting with written literature. So some of those activities are done in class, and some, we actually have a lot of worksheets that I hand out to them, and they take them home and do them as homework. So as you can see, this teacher training is very much school-like in nature. But what is so cool is that the students love this class because it is like school, and even other people see the students at their homes doing their homework, and they'll say things like, "Oh wow, you're doing school. Can I come to that?" So yeah, it's really fun for me. It's really fun for the students and everyone involved. Another aspect of teacher training that I wanted to share is that my friend Japung is helping me to teach this teacher training class. So the progression has been me first as the teacher. Bringing a student along until he was able to teach. And now finally having them take the role of teaching others how to teach. And it's fantastic to watch Japung. He has far exceeded me in his ability to teach and communicate, and the way that he can explain concepts to these students who are in teacher training, he can explain them much better than I can. So he has basically surpassed me in all aspects of teaching. and it is really a privilege to work with Japung and to teach these students as they go through teacher training. So that's what I have for this update. Teacher training is going strong, and it really is a vital aspect to the work that we are doing here in Kaje Land. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we crack on.